So here I am in Budapest, Hungary. I wake up and I find out what happened in Australia. How a bunch of these inbred, coward, radical jihadis decided to shoot up a beach full of people simply because they were Jewish. Now, I was in Israel when the hostages were released. And the whole time I'm thinking, on one side, I'm thinking, okay, this whole, what happened on October 7th could never, ever happen again. And the flip side, what you're seeing all over the world with this radical, jihadi, terrorist, inbred Islam, I mean, it's epic. The media's fueling it. A lot of people are fueling it. Politicians are fueling it. And they're feeding to a lot of these people who call themselves Muslims. But guess what? A lot of these so-called radicalized Muslims are illiterate. They never read the Quran. Never. And they're basically being brainwashed by their imams who are basically telling them that all the non-believers, including Jews and Christians, need to be massacred and killed at any given moment. And what you saw today in Australia is a complete result of that. Now, the issue here is these cowards think that, by doing terrorist attacks or trying to kill Jewish people, somehow that's going to stop, the energy in the land of Israel for prospering for another, 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, millions of years. It's going to stop the Jewish nation. No, no, idiots, you inbred fuckheads, you dumb fucks. Don't you get it? Don't you know your history? People have been trying to kill and murder Jews for thousands of years. Guess what? No matter what happens, Jews are always going to be here to stay. We're resilient. We're always going to outlive any attempts to annihilate us. And if you look at the history, all these ancient civilizations and all these ancient people that have tried to, kill Jews, they're no longer here. They just don't exist. And all I could tell you is that, here I am in Budapest, Hungary, and I'm always telling people that, this is one of the safest places on the planet for Jews and Israelis. In fact, I live next to a mosque. I'll even tell you where I live. I live in the 11th district. I live literally next door to the biggest mosque in Hungary, okay? And I see a lot of peaceful Muslims coming out of their prayers. I'm walking around with my Jewish high, with my Jewish star. No one's giving me dirty looks. There's no problems. You know why? Because I live in a country where there's law and order. There's cause and effect. People know that if you do anything anti-Semitic here or remotely anti-Semitic, you'll be kicked out of the country. You don't see people in the middle of the street trying to enact Sharia law like you do in, in the UK, in France, in in Australia, what's happening now, like in Dearborn, Michigan, and Minnesota. You don't see that here. Why? Because people are told, you could go ahead and practice your religion, but don't go in the middle of the street. Don't do any crazy anti-Semitic shit, and you'll be fine. But what happened today in Australia, especially during Hanukkah, on one side it's a horrible tragedy. On the other side, people don't realize that the Jewish nation, it's always going to be here, and it's here to stay.